What if I told you that Homelander isn't the main villain of The Boys? I know you would be shocked, right? I am. Just a spoiler warning before we begin. There are spoilers in this video, so if you're someone who is afraid to get one, please watch our other videos where we have zero spoilers. You're welcome. And also, I break down the storyline for you guys. Yeah, so where were we? Right, Homelander isn't the real villain. Shocking, right? Well, it's true. Want to know the whole story? Stick with us till the end, and we'll tell you everything about what's Homelander like in the comics. Let's get started. Vought told everyone that Homelander is an alien who landed on Earth and was brought up from regular people in a cozy town. Sounds similar, But here's the real story. Homelander wasn't from space. Frick that. No, he was developed in a lab, baby. His mom wasn't exactly in the best shape mentally, and she passed away having him. I mean, who would not with a son like that? Yeah, I know. He was just a kid then, but anyways, so she passed away. Super sad, right? But it gets weirder. Homelander wasn't the only one. Vought made 7 of these super kids, and he got pumped with loads of Compound V, even before he popped out. Talk about a messed up childhood, huh? Fun fact, Homelander's real name is John. How normal. So anyways, the scientists create this crazy powerful compound stuff, right? Which, by the way, was cooked up by Nazi scientists, and it was meant to turn regular people into superpowered beings. But here's the catch, it did not come without side effects. The side effects depended on who takes it and how much. Homelander got the winning ticket on that amount, but his childhood was no picnic. Imagine this, you're growing up in a science lab, tied to a nuke to tame his wild side, and getting pumped full of experimental drugs. No wonder this guy ended up with a moral compass on the fritz and sanity taking a huge nosedive. But here's the thing, Homelander's origin story gets even crazier. Turns out he's not just some super random dude, no. He was made from Stormfront's DNA, yes, the same Stormfront we saw him making love to, and get this, Stormfront's got a Nazi past, which might explain why Homelander's got that disturbing vibe going on. Sorry. And if that wasn't enough, Homelander's got a surprise waiting in his DNA. There's a stronger, creepier clone of him out there, built to keep an eye on him and to take him down if he goes totally off the rails. I'm gonna talk more about that person later in the video. Let's first talk about Homelander and the things he does for a living. So the guy's in the superhero business, mainly the leader of the Seven. The Seven is kind of like a twisted version of the Justice League, and Homelander boy puts on a good show as this friendly, caring hero who's all about fairness, justice, and doing the right thing. He's got that aw shucks charm and warmth that gets folks to trust him. He'll even pump up his buddies, telling them they're the real deal heroes. But guess what? That's just a cover-up for when he needs to look good. When push comes to shove, his true colors show up really fast. In truth, he's a real piece of shit. Like, he's seriously messed up. He doesn't care about anyone or anything. He's cold, he's heartless, he's downright cruel, and the worst part, he's got this crazy amount of power, which makes him think he's better than everyone else. And that's why he does some seriously messed up stuff, like crashing a whole plane and letting innocent people die. And don't even get me started on how he treats women. It's beyond messed up. Just watch the show if you must know. And for the Seven, at first, they had this whole hopeful vibe and wanted to do good and all that good stuff, but then things went sideways real quick. With all that crazy power and zero morals and checks, disasters just got worse whenever they showed up. It's like they unintentionally brought chaos and death wherever they went. Intentionally too, most of the time. And again, like I said, there's nothing to keep them in check. Vought had their backs big time. They had connections all over the government, fancy lawyers, PR wizards, so no matter what they did, Vought made sure it all vanished into thin air. Homelander himself, man, he turned into a wrecking ball. He couldn't be hurt by anything, not even a scratch, but along the way he lost touch with his own humanity. Helping folks, nah, that was not on his radar no more. He went full-blown hedonist, doing everything a superhero shouldn't. He became all about indulgence and doing messed up stuff, getting worse by the day with violence and cruelty ruling the roost. If the word narcissist had a face, this is it! This guy! He was twisted, but let me tell you a story which turned the whole thing into complete madness. And Homelander became even more cynical. So, the Homelander got freaked out when some mystery person started blackmailing him with pics of super messed up stuff he supposedly did. I will tell you about that photograph in a second. And the kicker about it is that he couldn't remember doing any of it. I mean the things shown in the photographs. That messed with his head big time. Instead of making him better, it made him worse. He turned into this even nastier guy, going from selfish to downright evil, doing some seriously messed up things. And as he got crazier and meaner, he started cooking up this wild plan for a takeover of the whole world. He wanted to team up with other fake heroes and trash all the world's governments, basically taking charge of everything. He even tried spreading this idea of a superhero bash, but then got scared off by some big shot from Vought. He ran away like a scared rabbit. All of this just shredded whatever sanity or goodness he had left. It was like the last straw that broke the overpowered camel's back. He went off the deep end, no turning back. Even though he's all twisted and crazy, turns out there's more to him than meets the eye. You see, he's been raised like a puppet his whole life by Vought. They didn't give a damn about him. They treated him like trash with no respect whatsoever. And here's the thing, he got this messed up past. It explains a lot. He's a wreck inside because of how he was brought up. He acts all nasty, even making fun of Starlight, but when she stands up against Vaught's sleazy moves, he actually respects her for it. Just for your reference, she stood up against Vought in the comics. I'm gonna talk about that in some other video at some point. Don't know when, but we'll get there. Anyways, get this. Homelander is not all that heartless. Who knew? Remember that DNA clone of Homelander we were talking about? The one secretly developed by Vought? Well, he did all the things in the photograph we were talking about. The photograph was of Homelander raping Butcher's wife. He did not do that. The clone was the one who did that. And guess who that clone was? Black freaking Noir. I know. It's like, what? So, where were we? Yeah, Homelander getting seriously freaked out by the horrible stuff Black Noir did while wearing his face. It hits him hard when he realizes it was Black Noir, not him, in those messed up photos. It was like a wake-up call for him, making him think that if Vought and Black Noir hadn't controlled him like a puppet, maybe he could have been a real hero. He feels like all the bad stuff he did wasn't really him, and when he figures all this stuff out, oh boy, he goes totally nuts and goes after Black Noir, and it doesn't end well. It was a wild scene that leads to Black Noir killing the Homelander. So this was the death of Homelander. I know a lot of you might be pissed at the ending of this story. It's not fair, but let me give you some relief. It wasn't easy for Black Noir to kill the Homelander. Homelander messed up Black Noir really badly and put him in really bad shape, and Billy took it as leverage and killed Black Noir. So there you go. That was the story of Homelander in the comics. If you have any questions for us, please let me know down in the comment section. I do not say this very often, but I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving to our channel. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. See you next time.